Hello, welcome to the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Danielle and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of the many different sessions that are happening tonight, so be sure to check out the 6 p.m. session as well as the 7 p.m. session. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter. We're going to be hearing from Marquette University. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Danielle. All right, we are rolling. Thank you so much again for bringing us all here together. It's always a joy to be here with esteemed colleagues and to get to teach you a little bit more about the magic in the sauce that is Marquette. And first and foremost, I always love to start with my contact information, as I know our time together is short tonight, and we hope this will be the beginning of a longer conversation wherever you currently find yourself in the college search and discernment process. So I am the admissions counselor that works with all Minnesota students. So this is your license to contact me whenever you like via phone, email. We even text these days. So we try and be cool and accessible for you, again, wherever you find yourself. So we're going to dive in with some of the quick facts of Marquette. Marquette at a glance. First and foremost, when you choose your undergraduate institution, you certainly choose the greater context in which that university resides. And we are located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So Milwaukee is a city of about 600,000 on the shores of a beautiful Lake Michigan. And we are definitely urban as a campus type, but we're also contained. So we have a strong residential community campus-based identity as well. On that campus, you will find about 8,000 undergraduate students. So we are squarely in the middle, medium-sized campus. And what I love about that is on this slide, you can see that the numbers are small when you want them to be small and large when you want them to be large. So that 8,000 certainly comes with an inundation of choices. You'll have over 80 different majors to choose from and over 325 student organizations. So we hope that you will find outlets for your academic, intellectual side, and also for what you hope to get out of that college experience in terms of high impact experiences outside of the classroom too. But simultaneously, we know that it's really important that you feel that sense of belonging and intellectual camaraderie that comes from small class sizes. We really want your peers to know your name. We really want your faculty members to know your name, but more so than that, to know what you're passionate about both inside and outside of the classroom. We want them to be attentive to you and check in as to how you're doing. So our average class size is 23 and under. Once you get to upper divisions, student to faculty ratio is 14:1. Marquette is a Jesuit university, and that small class size is really integral to our mission, as the Jesuits have an expression, cura personalis, it's Latin for care of the whole person. And starting with your humble admissions counselor, getting you into the door to your academic advisors, faculty, peer mentors, employers, career services, you name it. We are all conspiring to help you have that experience that is going to be satisfying mind, body, and soul, so you know where your support services are all throughout your Marquette education. So these are our 7 academic colleges. Marquette is direct admit to all 7. So at the time that you apply, you choose which is the best fit for you, and you are admitted directly into that college. That isn't to say that you can't change your mind, double major, minor, across academic colleges and move between them as you discover what may be a better fit. But this is also a way that we create a highly personalized academic experience that will enable you to jump headfirst into your major that you've chosen for yourself right away your freshman year. So College of Arts and Sciences has about half. College of Administration and College of Communication are home to the qualitative and quantitative side of the business world. Education, engineering, nursing, pretty self-explanatory. College of Health Sciences home to our accelerated DPT, PA, athletic training, speech pathology programs as well. We mentioned earlier that we are located in the lovely Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So these are some of the neighborhoods that our students access, certainly not limited to these. We are 1.5 miles away from the beautiful Lake Michigan. All of these various neighborhoods are under 30 minutes via the bus, and we'll give you a bus pass all 4 years. So it's no accident that we're that we've landed here as a university to help you be a jumping point to those personal, professional opportunities that await you off campus, in addition to that beautiful lake. So I know no Minnesotans are strangers to the lake experience, so you'll trade out smaller lakes for our Great Lake. And this is Marquette's campus located in the midst of it all. So I mentioned earlier that we're a contained campus, meaning all of our key academic and residential buildings are within a 15-minute walk of each other. You'll live on campus the first 2 years. Most of our upperclassmen either live on campus or nearby, which is to say we know that community starts with showing up and being there with each other. So even though we're urban, we certainly always have something to do on campus, whether it's a weekend or a weekday, and that appeals to students who want both a strong campus identity and that urban access point. And I will end once again with our contact information. I want to share that we are open for our full-fledged visit programming, from open houses to campus tours to academic college tours. Please do make sure to stay in touch. If you would prefer virtual options, you can reach out to me for virtual appointments. But I also do travel to the Twin Cities in the fall and the spring. So looking forward to staying in touch. And with that, I will pass this back to Danielle.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We will now hear from our next university. We are going to be hearing from Dakota State University. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Danielle. My name is Sam, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Dakota State University, and I'm going to give you a couple of quick facts about DSU. All right. The first one here is just overall quick facts about the university itself. So we are a state school here in South Dakota. Our overall enrollment is about 3,100 students. Your class sizes are a bit smaller. They're about 18 to 1, so 18 students to 1 faculty. We have a total of 38 programs. Overall, our placement rate is 99% for all of those programs, meaning you go to class, you graduate on a Saturday, and you get a job on Monday. So that's pretty awesome. A little fun fact about every student here at DSU, they receive a DSU laptop. So you don't have to worry about what computer is best for college, because we give you one that we know works with your program, has all of the program that you'll need for that major, as well as you can use it for personal use and YouTube and all that kind of fun stuff. Some of our popular majors here at DSU are following technology, elementary education, digital arts, and some business classes. However, we have 38 programs. These are just the most popular ones that our students are doing on campus. Within that technology degree, you're looking at artificial intelligence, cyber operations, computer science, network and security and administration, elementary education and special education. Here at DSU, we're originally an education school back in 1881. So we've been teaching teachers for a really long time. So we just kept the tradition. And part of our digital art and design programs, we have production animation, computer graphics, and game design. And then just to break down the business courses as well, we have accounting, finance, management, and marketing. Here at DSU, you can go from a certificate all the way up to a doctorate program. We have fast tracks, 4+1 programs, pre-professional programs as well for our students. And overall, DSU has 3 locations. We have the one in Madison, South Dakota, is where our main campus is located. We have online, and then we also have a community college in Sioux Falls, South Dakota as well. Just to kind of give you an idea of what it costs to go to DSU, we kind of split it up into 3 different groups. We have residents, which include South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado, Montana, and North Dakota. We have Minnesota, reciprocity, and non-residents. This number includes tuition and fees, so what it costs to go to class, that computer fee for 1 whole year, your room and board, and then food as well. So overall, this number looks really, really scary, but I have some ideas and opportunities for you guys to lower this number as fast as possible as well. With that being said, we'll just jump right into some scholarship opportunities here at Dakota State University. Our scholarships go by GPA, ACT, or if you didn't have the opportunity or didn't want to take the ACT or SAT, we have GPA scholarships as well. All of our scholarships here at DSU are merit-based, meaning you hit those requirements, you get those scholarships. So just to kind of break it down, overall, GPA start at a 3.0 with an ACT of a 21, and you get $3,000 over 4 years, and then they go up from there. If you didn't take that ACT or SAT, as long as you have a 3.5 GPA, you're automatically looking at $4,000 over 4 years, which is a good chunk of change. Some other things outside of the classroom available for students. We have a career and professional service office here at DSU that helps students with writing resumes, prepping for job interviews, finding internships across the country. We have counseling and disability services. If students are anywhere on the spectrum, we have a DSU Strong program for them to participate in. We have free Trojan tutoring for any class, and wherever you may need it, it's free for all students. Supplement instruction, computer help desk, as well as a student health nurse. Just continuing on with our outside of the classroom theme here, we have 50 clubs and organizations for students to partake in, from a gaming club, honor societies, Native American studies. We have choir, band, soccer, and I heard the Frolf Club is pretty cool too, so definitely check those out. And then we have 13 competitive sports, the newest one being esports, as well as 10 intramural sports that students can partake in as well. And then just to kind of wrap up of what's next in this college process, we always suggest come visit campus. We're only located in Madison, South Dakota. However, around us, we're a really small town, but we have big cities around too. So it's always cool to see what your college town is all about. In the next process here too, we always ask students to apply to the university, send in transcripts, test scores. Just a little hint, we are doing a free application to the university October 18th through November 30th, so definitely check us out. If you do have any questions, concerns, or comments, feel free to email us at admissions@dsu.edu, as well as follow us on social media. Thanks, guys. Go Trojans. Back to you, Danielle.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sam. All right. Our next representative will be from Mesabi Range College. All right. We're just going to give them a second to join.
Sorry, I'm kind of out of my element here. Everybody, my name is Kevin Langdon. I work at Mesabi Range College up in Northeast Minnesota. I've asked a former proud alumni to join me tonight.
Yes, my name is Brenda Fever, and thank you, Danielle, for your patience. I actually am an alumni and I'm on the board, and I work at Mesabi Range College for 28 years as the director of admissions. So I am happy to be here and answer any questions that anyone has. And Kevin put together a very nice PowerPoint for you today. Mesabi Range College, we are a community and a technical college. And so we are located in Virginia and Evelyn, Minnesota. So it's in the northern part of Minnesota. And we have we're a very small personalized college, Mesabi Range. At the Virginia campus, we have about 900 students. At our Evelyn campus, we probably have about 500 students. Most of our class sizes are like under 20 to 30 students. And most of our programs, technical programs, are located on our Evelyn campus. And then on our Virginia campus, did we list the program?
Yeah, we're going to.
Okay. And then a lot of our, we've got some technical programs on our Virginia campus, but most of our students on the Virginia campus attend Mesabi for their AA degree, which is their first 2 years of a bachelor degree. So I kind of want to hit on that later on and through here, because I don't think in our presentations so far anybody's talked about an AA degree is for a student who wants to save money. If they're looking at the AA degree at a community college, that's where you can get an AA degree, which is the first 2 years of a 4-year degree, and then transfer on to a 4-year college. And the thing I wanted to bring up about the AA degree, and I'm old, but I think there's a lot of students that do not know exactly what their major is or what they want to go into, but they know they need to do something. They have to either get a trade, go to college, do something. Without some certificate or college degree. A high school diploma just doesn't go that far these days, but that is the beauty of the AA degree. And the community colleges have the AA degree, and you can explore different degrees, different study. So I'll let Kevin, I've been yakking.
Sure. No. So as Brenda said, we do have two campuses, one located in Virginia, one in Evelyn. Virginia campus again has career programs there. But our Evelyn campus is all technical career programs. So we have programs ranging from carpentry, which is a one-year program, so in actually 9 months you get a diploma in carpentry. We EMT, which is a 6-credit course, to welding 1 courses and so forth. Here are some of our I guess career and technical programs, and they're designed for 1 or 2 years. And then so if you are more of a hands-on type person, these are the programs that might interest you.
So we talked about the AA degree, and that's 60 credits. And the AA degree will transfer as long as, I mean, you know what college you want to transfer to and what you are going into. And so we, these are all of our online web-supported programs. Of course, you can get your AA degree all online. We do have the Early Childhood Teachers Assistant program, which is all online too. There is the Business Operations and Management that can be either a 1 or 2-year program, and that is learning all the Microsoft programs. And those people are needed out in industry and business right now, because students are, it seems like in high school, a lot of students are not learning Excel, PowerPoint, Microsoft Word. So those students that have worked in the business or taken the Business Operations and Management program are really needed for a nice 1 or 2-year program. We've hired some at college, that's why I mention it. We do have a Human Services, which is somewhat like a mini social work degree. And a lot of those students with that 2-year program go on for social work. We do have a Addiction Studies, which is a program for any addiction. And we also do have a certificate in addiction studies for those people that have a bachelor's degree. But it's a very unique program. I think we're like 1 of 2 in Minnesota that has the addiction studies. And then we have a construction management, which is an online 2-year program, which we kind of recommend students to go on to work in the construction management 4-year degree too.
And yeah, so again, these are kind of our online programs. I should mention we also have a new program called C degree, where you can have your complete degree without book cost. So there's you can actually get your AA degree without paying any books. Sometimes that can be, at least in our institution, up to $500, depending on what class you take.
Yes.
So some of the services that we offer, which is typical in each, pretty much every college, we offer financial aid. So we have some lovely folks, Jody and Jerry, that are more than willing to help you out applying for financial aid and the federal free financial aid through FAFSA. We have business office, we have accessibility services I work in. So we do provide accommodations for students. We also do advising. We have career planning, transfer planning, testing, and we have veteran centers as well. Our athletics, we do offer football, volleyball, men's and women's basketball, softball, and baseball. And then we have a variety of activities such as art club, theater club, human service club, which is a very active club on campus, student senate, and so forth. We also offer a program called TRIO, which adds additional services for folks, like cancel trips. If you plan on going on to a 4-year school from us, they give away free gifts, free food. Everybody loves free food, right? So here's, if you want to schedule a tour, please shoot me an email, or you can give me a call. There's my number and email information there. Again, we have 2 campuses. I'm on the Virginia campus. Roseanne is in charge of like all our career and technical programs, so like the carpentry, welding, that type of program there. We've also added some virtual options. So if you're not from Minnesota or you're not in the area, we certainly our admissions page at MasabiRange.edu. We have 360-degree photos of our campus. We have different videos of housing and so forth there. And then obviously our website is Mesabi Range.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kevin from Mesabi Range College. And you can add the contact information to the chat so that our attendees are able to get that information there as well. Thank you all so much. All right, we're going to hear from our next presenter. We're going to be hearing from DePauw University. Excited to welcome Ben.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Danielle. And good evening, everyone in Minnesota. Hello from your southern cousins of the Midwest here in Indiana. I'm Ben Hatchett, Regional Associate Director of Admission at DePauw University, and I'll be your guide in 6 minutes or less of our beautiful campus here in Greencastle. So first off, DePauw is a small private liberal arts college. We're located just outside of Indianapolis, Indiana, and we're located in Greencastle, which is a smaller quintessential college town. Really, we're about 15,000 in the overall Greencastle population. DePauw is a school of about 2,000 undergraduate students on our campus. Small school, but we have almost 700 acres, which you can see kind of spread out on one picture here of our more kind of central academic campus, but we also happen to have our own nature park, which adds to our physical footprint of campus and creates a lot of great trails and hiking spaces for our students to check out while they're here. We have a strong commitment to the liberal arts and are passionate about creating leaders that the world needs. Really quickly, before I dive more into the academic offerings, I want to bring some statistics to your attention. We're the #1 liberal arts college in the state of Indiana. Not that it matters too much to our Minnesotans on the call today, but a fun fact. We are a top 50 liberal arts college in the nation with a huge study abroad program. Almost 70% of our Tigers are going to leave campus at some point before they graduate, making us at the #3 in the nation on an Open Doors report in terms of study abroad offerings. You can check out more of some of those kind of notable statistics on your screen here. So one thing that we're all about is the liberal arts. As I mentioned, we have 2 schools that our students are learning from. We have our College of Liberal Arts, where a majority of our students find themselves studying. And then we have our smaller but mighty School of Music. DePauw has one of the very long-standing School of Music in the country. Being founded in 1837, our school has grown a lot over the years, and both have been part of our university almost since day one. At the College of Liberal Arts, you can see some of our top 10 most popular majors in terms of popularity. It's not always a popularity contest, though. There's 49 different major offerings and 56 minors. Economics, communication, computer science continue to be some of our really strong programs. Business, law, medicine, in general, tend to be some really popular professional fields that our students graduate or go off into, whether going directly into the workforce or off to graduate school after DePauw. If you're joining us tonight and are undecided, undeclared on what you might want to study, know there's a lot that you can check out while you're here. And most of our students will come in truly undecided, undeclared. We've kind of done some digging in the data in the last few years and realized that almost 75% of our students will end up majoring in something entirely different than what you submitted on your common application. So there's no pressure to decide what you want to major in right away. We have our students declare their major officially by March of your sophomore year. If you're thinking about continuing your education in music, I do want to let you know about our 4 degree offered programs. I like to think of our students focusing either in business, education, or management, but also looking at the performing arts too while they're here in our School of Music. You can go through the audition-based process. It's a little bit more intensive than the regular application, as we do want you to complete an audition to go through the School of Music. We also have created a ton of music groups and performance groups if you've decided that music is a huge part of your life so far and aren't ready to give that up, but maybe you want to study something in the College of Liberal Arts. We've created a lot of cool programs that could allow you to do both while you're here. So I kind of talked a little bit about that idea of study abroad, but then also DePauw's kind of mission about a passionate, connection to the liberal arts, but also preparing you to be a leader for tomorrow. And what that kind of starts off is access. Obviously, we're a smaller school, so that just means your professors are close to you, but you never know when you might need a hand. You'll never know when a professor might reach out to take an interest in something that you're involved in or give you some direction that, oh, you should go check out that study abroad program that DePauw has, or find an internship, or get involved in research. By going to a smaller school like us, you're going to be in a classroom size of about 15 to 17, also working hand in hand with our faculty, our PhD terminal degree professors, are always here, lending their time for you. Whether or not you depart on a full semester or short-term abroad experience, we really do want to connect you with how you're situated globally. Being in Central Indiana and being in the Midwest, you'll be amazed just the access to new opportunities that you might have in one of our over 120 different study abroad programs, or like you see on this picture, a DePauw-led winter term or May term experience, where a group of students will go on a month-long experience with a couple DePauw professors for a half-credit course. Leadership is big, as I've kind of alluded to, where you'll be able to get to be a student leader, a mentor, or just get involved in a variety of student-led clubs or organizations while you're here for 4 years. My final few minutes, I want your eyes to look at some statistics that we're really proud of. We are really happy to be where we are with a 4-year graduation rate far higher than the national average, and we have huge pathways into law, medicine that you can see here. While we're still collecting some numbers and data for the class of 2021, you can see that even amid pandemic, the class of 2020 are often doing some great things, and they were placed in either graduate school or into an employer 6 months out after graduation. Here are a few notable ones that we've sent grads in the last couple of years. So a few final reminders. We are a free application available to you all exclusively on the Common App. We can't wait to read your entire application, and we are now entering our 4th year as a truly test optional university. Thank you all for your time, and I'll include more contact info in the chat, but our campus is open Monday through Saturday, and we can't wait to welcome you here in Indiana. Take care and go Tigers. Thank you, Danielle.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ben. All right, we're going to hear from our 5th presenter this evening, and we're going to be hearing from Macalester College. One second, I think our presenter is still mute.
That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Hi, everyone. I'll start back over. My name is Aisha Gonzalez. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a Senior Associate Director for Diversity and Inclusion here at Macalester College. As I begin, I first want to start off by acknowledging that Macalester sits here in St. Paul, Minnesota, on the ancestral homelands of the Dakota peoples. It's important that we make this acknowledgement as we do share many of the opportunities our location affords our students today. As a small private liberal arts and sciences college that is also residential and selective, we are actually one of the few across the country located directly in the heart of a metropolitan area. And so our students do really get to benefit from having not just one, but 2 major cities as part of their college backdrop. Our campus sits roughly 4 miles from downtown St. Paul, as well as the state capital area, and about 6 miles from downtown Minneapolis. And so with that, you're going to have access to a number of urban amenities, as well as professional development opportunities. Our students are really able to take part in a more holistic and engaging journey in their 4 years here. We do offer a residential experience, as I mentioned, so that basically means we're going to require students to live on campus in their first 2 years. And through that, if you are coming locally, you're going to be able to get this out-of-state experience because of the nature of our student body. Our hope is that with this residential experience, you're really going to get to know Macalester, the resources available to you, as well as to start really benefiting from the college network that exists here. We have approximately 2,200 students on our campus and in their student body each year. And so all of those students are undergraduate students. What is great about our community is really how diverse we are, and that diversity lends itself in so many different ways. So generally speaking, about 35% of our students identify as Black, Indigenous, or people of color. 16% are the first in their families to earn a college degree. We have all 50 states represented, as well as DC, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Northern Mariana Islands. And about 16% of our students come directly from Minnesota. So while that's the highest state of representation, you can kind of get the picture that you're going to meet folks from all across different backgrounds coming to our community. What is also great about Macalester is that we are a school that really does live out our mission and our core values. So we talk a lot about our international representation being demonstrated by the fact that about 24% of our students are citizens of over 99 different countries other than the US. In fact, our students collectively speak over 75 different languages. In addition, when you visit the campus, you're going to actually see the United Nations flag flying on our central flagpole, and it's been there since 1950. So internationalism, of course, wouldn't be possible without multiculturalism, another one of our core values. We are a community that does intentionally lean into challenging conversations about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we acknowledge that we are not perfect by any means. And there's always more work to do. But what is great is that we do equally share that amongst our students, our staff, and our faculty to help collectively make this a more welcoming and inclusive environment for all students. Our commitment to multiculturalism also does inherently mean a commitment to cultural competency and to making sure that we're intentionally reaching out across difference. Our students do engage with our campus and local communities in terms of civic engagement, our fourth pillar being civic and service. So whether that is through volunteering at a local partner community organization or taking one of our 60 classes that does offer a civic engagement component, you're going to be able to tie that in at all levels of your MAC education. As we talk about the liberal arts and sciences being really centered on the interdisciplinary work that exists on campus, our goal is to prepare students for an ever-changing future, right? So at Macalester, we're going to both challenge you and encouraging you to think critically with multiple lenses about the world around you. So whether you are in any of our 39 majors, you're going to have the opportunity to also add in minors, maybe even double major, about a third of our students do. But we also have really these unique concentrations that highlight the collaboration that exists between our students and faculty. In that collaborative spirit, you're going to find that we have very strong faculty-student relationships, 10-to-1 student ratio, an average class size of 17, and your very first year, you're going to start off in your very first semester with a first-year course. At the end of your time at Macalester, you're going to graduate with having completed a capstone or an honors thesis. As we talk about location, certainly internships are going to be a part of that, as well as research opportunities. And so our students have access to a wide array of opportunities within that, both locally and globally. Right now, we have about 200 different internship sites that span within 8 miles of our campus, and they touch on almost every academic discipline we have to offer. And many of those options do align with our values. So some examples are the Penumbra Theater, as well as the Minneapolis Indian Women's Resource Center. Most of this is built around community partnership, right? And so making sure that we are aligning not just our values, but also the values of those organizations. And we do provide some funding support for students who want to take advantage of these opportunities over the summer. On the flip side of internships and the local opportunities, we encourage our students to do study away, going back again to our internationalism value. So we do offer options both abroad and domestically. We currently have access to over 95 different programs across 50 different countries, every continent except Antarctica. In non-pandemic years, we typically send about 60% of our students away during their junior year for a 14.5-week immersive semester, and all majors are welcome and encouraged. It is required, though, if you are in anthropology, international studies, or studying a language. The last thing I'd like to quickly highlight are just some admissions and financial aid kind of highlights here. We do offer both early decision and early action, so keep in mind what those might mean. We are test optional and we have no application fee. Automatic consideration for merit scholarships for all of our admitted students. There's no separate application to access those. And we do meet 100% of demonstrated need for all of our admitted families. So make sure that you are going in, checking out our website. We have some great resources to already get a sense of what the financial picture might look like for you with Macalester. That being said, it was a pleasure. I appreciate your time, and I'll drop my contact info in the chat. Thank you all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that great information about Macalester. All right, our last presenter is going to be Hofstra University, but stick around, attendees, because we will have some time for questions after Hofstra University. Thank you.
All right, hey y'all. My name is Chris, and I am the rep for the state of Minnesota as well as New Jersey. For Hofstra University. I'm an alum of the university, so I believe, wholeheartedly in everything that we do and what we provide to our students. And I thank you for giving me the chance to tell you a little bit about it this evening. So Hofstra is a medium-sized private university on Long Island, New York. So we are just outside of New York City. Some students really want that metropolitan experience being inside the city, but a lot of students come and tour and see our campus and realize that they really like the fact that we're not actually located inside of New York City. So when it can get a little bit overwhelming and you're not trying to fall asleep to the sound of police sirens and taxi horns and all that, take the train back out to campus, about a 35-minute train ride, puts you right back onto our 250-acre green campus. So one of the reasons why we are so passionate about our connection to New York City is the internship opportunities, the experiential learning, and just giving our students a taste of life beyond Hofstra. And things to do so that you're constantly having something to do during your time. You don't feel the need to go home as often. I know mom and dad might not want to hear that so much, but really enriching your experience as much as we possibly can outside the classroom. So these are the numbers from a glance about Hofstra. So just over 6,000 undergraduate students. That number is actually going to increase slightly this year. We just enrolled our largest class in about 20 years or so. Those students are choosing from 165 different majors and minors. Now for a school our size, that is a ton of majors and minors. And what's great about our program is that when you are admitted to Hofstra, you are actually admitted to all of those majors and minors. So you don't have to declare any major when you apply. You have full range to change your mind later on. Once you start here, you have that flexibility. And you can see we do focus on our smaller classes and the larger resources that are available to you outside of those classes. 21 D1 sports teams. We have everything except for football. If athletics aren't so much your thing, know that we have 220 different clubs and organizations, and our students are also accounting for over 100,000 community service hours each and every year. Students are also guaranteed housing on undergrad, and we have options for students living on campus, which is why 85% of students do choose to live on our campus. We have one great option, our living learning communities, which is something we kind of pioneered a number of years, where students are able to live with other students in their academic interest or students interested in doing their own sort of social thing, common interests, where they can live together and you're instantly making those new friends because you have those shared interests. It's just a great way to really start making friends right off the bat and enriching that experience during your time at Hofstra. I mentioned earlier that our access to New York really helps us with our internships and our experiential learning. You'll see that the internship is a huge part of the Hofstra experience, which is why 7 out of every 10 Hofstra students graduates with at least one internship. And the average Hofstra student actually graduates with about 2.8 internships. What you see here is just a quick snapshot of where these students interned last year, but it is by no means an exhaustive list. So we have students interning all over. I tell my students all the time, your imagination with your internships, or your options with your internships are only limited by your imagination. So between my junior and senior year, I really wanted to work with this recording studio out of Rochester, New York. And I was able to get in touch with them, figure out what an internship would look like, set it up with my internship coordinator to get approval, and we were off and running. And it was just a fantastic experience to have access to those opportunities that I wanted. And a lot of these internships for students or co-ops or student teaching opportunities, whatever they may be, do lead to job opportunities for our graduates. Our Center for Career Design and Development helps make that happen along the way with things like the Career Closet, where they're providing free professional clothes to our students to go out for your job interview or your first day of your job, or meeting a potential boss, anything like that, so that you look good and you feel good. We also have things like etiquette dinners that are going to help you nail down the nitty gritty about if you're doing any sort of interview over a meal or anything like that. But the results are in, and when we last looked, we saw that 93% of our students are either employed full-time or planning to attend grad school within a year of graduation. And actually 3 in 5 Hofstra grads actually accept a job before they even graduate. 97, actually that number has been updated. 98% of our first year students were awarded scholarships or grants this past year, and the average merit-based scholarship that was awarded was about just under $27,000 per year. So know that you'll be awarded that automatically, nothing else that you need to check off on your application, and we will work with you to make Hofstra as affordable as we possibly can for you. And finally, the application itself. So we are test optional, have been for about 8 years now. If you are planning on sending test scores, those are the mid-ranges that you see there, 1140 to 1330 or 25 to 32, with an average GPA of 3.7 on a 4.0 scale. We're early action, so send us your applications and we'll have you a decision by the holidays. I'll be the one reading your application, so if you have any questions, just reach out and let me know. Thank you for your time this evening.
Excellent information. We learned a lot about all of your great colleges. So I would really love our representatives to come back on camera. We have time for just one question this evening. And I think would be a really great opportunity to share. What advice would you give our attendees tonight as they're going through the college search process?
Yeah, so I guess I can kick us off. My advice would be, if you've learned nothing else from this time, but that all of us as admissions counselors are so eager to connect with you on a one-to-one basis, please do reach out. We want to be advocates and cheerleaders for you, and it really helps us if we're able to see your face, whether that's in person or virtually, or to hear your voice. So please do take this as an invitation to start the conversation.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would just follow up with Marquette University as well. We are very excited to meet you guys. So my biggest advice would to go see campuses close to home as well as super far away from home, big universities, small universities, state, all of the different types of different colleges and universities. That would be my biggest advice, is just go see the difference that there is out there.
I would kind of piggyback to that as well. I think, go to campuses, get the feeling of the campus. You're going to, when you step on campus, you're going to feel it. It's going to be the right choice for you. Make sure you visit the campus and you're going to know that that's the right choice for you.
Exactly. Because it's got to be the right fit for you. So campus visit, connect with the admissions reps. We're here to help.
I'll jump in next and just add, check out our social media accounts. You're on most of those platforms already. This can be a very casual and informal way. You won't even realize you're doing college search work by scrolling through your social media feed and popping along and finding what's going on each of our campuses, all from the comforts of your home.
This is all wonderful advice. I would just second every single piece. I think the one thing that I'll add is just to take a deep breath. This is going to be an overwhelming process, especially coming off the difficult year and a half, more than year and a half that we've all had. And so just know that we all have the same grace that you have for us, that we'll have for you. So just take a deep breath in this moment and enjoy it.
Yes. I would also say, if you can reach out to the students who are in your shoes currently, in the shoes that you might find yourself in. Our office is huge on connecting students, prospective students with current Hofstra students, whether it's, from the state of Minnesota or somewhere similar, or a student within your major, or anything else where you can draw those similarities, whether it's Hofstra or any of the schools that you see here or anywhere else. Talk to the students that are in the shoes you'll be in a year from now.
Thank you all. That is all excellent advice. I completely agree with all of it, especially utilizing what's already available to you, such as social media. So really, thank you for sharing that advice with our attendees tonight. So thank you all for joining us. This brings us to the end of our presentation. I want to, again, encourage you to join the 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. sessions this evening. There is going to be a quick survey for our attendees when you close out of this session. So please provide feedback there for us. And we hope that you are able to check out some of the recordings as well. So this recording will be available at strivescan.com/Minnesota. So thank you all for attending. Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of the college fair. Thank you to our representatives.